Hi everyone. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. I just got done at the park. I'm here. It is so cold, and they mowed the grass, and as soon as I got out. Oh, hello, welcome to Psychic Sylvia. Anyway, I really wanted to talk about menopause. It's been flying around on the internet and TikTok. All the symptoms of menopause and all the complications that people have been dealing with. Well, this is my journey, only my journey, and this is not medical advice. This is not advice, healthcare advice of any sort. I'm going to start my car so I can let the window, because I know I'm hot. What the heck? The windshield wipers turned on. That's weird. So, my journey started at about 38 years old. Now, mind you, when I had my last baby, I got my tubes tied. So I think that affects you also. Oh, hang on. Sorry, what a chaotic video. So it started at 38 with in between spotting. And that was nuts enough as it was. Then probably that lasted a couple of years where it would come and go and come and go. Then in my 40s, probably 41, 42, I noticed that I'm a nurse, a home health care nurse. I've been a nurse for many years, and not anymore though. And I would get so tired. I couldn't even lift my arms above my head. I could not live my life. Foggy mentally, all this shit. Just overall feeling like dog crap. And I went to the doctor so many times. I don't even know how many times. I can't even tell you. They checked me for Lyme's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, Lou Gehrig's, any disease, multiple sclerosis, any disease, and nothing, of course. I'm a little anemic, whatever. So then it was probably when I was 45. I mean, this lasted that long. It was horrifying. My mother died when I was 40, so I couldn't even ask her any of these questions. And we weren't even close, so I probably would have never asked these questions. Never dawned on me this whole entire time I was perimenopausal. Never even heard the term perimenopausal. I'm only doing this video because I want to help people, because I found something that helped me, and I have been looking for years. I noticed in my mid-40s, my husband died when I was 34, so I lost a bunch of weight. Kept it off, until one night I woke up and I was fat. I was like, what the hell is this? Oh my God, I was horrified. No pants, no clothes fit, nothing. I mean, it was just overnight. Nothing changed. No food changed, nothing changed. I walked a lot at that time. You know, I was constantly walking. We moved. We had a lot of I have a very tumultuous life. I could go into detail, but there's no point in it. This is a menopausal video. So then, where was I? My ADD brain. I went through all of that, and then I was fat. And uncomfortably fat. Like, wearing your clothes and everything. I just wanted to be the Incredible Hulk and rip it off, because it was just stupidly, the texture of it, everything was off. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand buttons. I couldn't stand anything too tight on my arms and my shoulders, anything. I mean, I was going insane. Not alone, not just that, but the fatigue was still there. So probably when I was 40 46, 47, somewhere in there. Then it was all done. I still was crappy, and I was in menopause now. And one day I woke up, and I am one of those people that have always had muscle, or, nobody could ever guess my age because I had no saggy skin or nothing. All of a sudden, everything has relocated south about 3 inches lower. I have no muscle tone in my arms, no leg muscle tone. I mean, it was awful. It was atrocious. It was just like one day you wake up and you're, oh my God. It's just, that's what it is. Perimenopause, menopause. I never went to the doctor because I was so discouraged about all what they would give me. Just antidepressants. I don't want antidepressants. I want something to help me feel like I did before, or a little better. I don't want something to take away the symptoms. I want something to take away the whole problem. So, nobody even suggested HRT. Nobody except, none of these doctors helped me whatsoever. I tried everything. I tried B12. I tried iron. I tried anything I could think of to lose weight. I went keto for probably 3 months, and I did lose a little bit of weight. I can't remember when. It was probably in my 50s by then. And I went back to school trying to get my chemistry degree. And I did lose some weight then. But that's such a restrictive diet, and I don't even like it. I'm not even a meat eater. And, oh my God. Then I got old, they tell you, eat more protein, eat more protein, eat more protein. When your body doesn't even digest the stuff you're eating because of menopause, your whole system slows down to just almost nothing. The joint pain, the muscle pain, oh my God, the muscle pain. Sometimes I woke up, because I started doing yoga when I was 47. Oh my God. I started everything. So, I had a spam call, went back forth. I have to edit this and see what the hell it even did. But anyway, I tried the keto diet for about 3 months. I did lose some weight, but I'm not a big meat eater. I think I said that in the last part. But then, every video I've ever watched, to build muscle, to eat creatine, or to eat protein. But then you can't eat that much protein in a day as a grown woman, even protein shakes, because then I can't even work out because I can't breathe because my stomach's too full. I started yoga when I was 47 because I couldn't, the muscle atrophy was horrendous. I looked like skin and fat and bone. It's just awful. It's just awful. And nobody tells you any of this. Nobody tells you anything about this. So I started with yoga with Adrienne. Then I moved to Boho Beautiful, and then I moved to yoga with Kino Yoga, which was hard, which is Ashtanga yoga. I worked out a lot every day. I still, when you watch these videos of these women, oh yeah, I did this after menopause and now I'm buff. Bullshit. I call bullshit. There's no way. I've been doing it for years and I have some muscle. I lifted weights with Cheryl Collian, which is on YouTube, a couple years ago because I knew I needed to step it up because nothing was yoga with Kino Yoga was great and I am flexible and strong and things like that, but I still can't do a friggin' push-up. Like, dude, I cannot still do anything like that. So then I started doing calisthenics, trying to hang. I'm trying to hang. I have to make a hanger thing in my backyard where I can just hold myself up and hang. And then I'm doing Marie Stephan Pilates every day. the mobility, the animal mobility, the calisthenics. Now that I've done for probably about 4 months, and I've noticed a huge improvement in a lot of muscle tone. That'll kick your ass. I swear, lifting weights or anything is not going to make a difference in a person, especially with me. It did not make a difference with me. In fact, it made my shoulders, where my shoulders hurt. You know, like they talk about this menopausal symptom of frozen shoulder. That's true, because I never had problems with my shoulders. Now I had to constantly pull my shoulders. They creak, they crack. And I'm like, this is such shit. Then I had all this muscle pain and joint pain. And they said, oh, you have fibromyalgia, back pain, neck pain, all this crap. I had spinal block in my back, my lower back, to help with that pain. In my neck, I had a spinal block. I've had my knee replaced because I've had 3 meniscus surgeries in both knees, trying to help myself, trying to, with this whole old age things. My little brother, who's a year and a half younger than me, has 2 hip replacements now. My mom had a hip replacement before she died. My dad has 2 knee replacements. My sister has a knee replacement. So there is something going on. I digress. The pain, everyday pain. I would stretch and get out of bed and be in joint pain, just as much joint pain. I tried Arona. I tried Aronia. I tried glucosamine. I've tried everything. So then a couple months ago, I started juicing with my son. And I'm like, I no amount of blubber will come off my body. None. It just stays there. I walk. I'm at the park walking. I do Pilates, and it does not matter. I didn't give up all sweets or anything like that. I still have some sweets on occasion. I'm not living my life in destitute. I do have like Greek yogurts with protein in it and a little bit of Cool Whip and things like that, just to give it a little bit of sweetness every once in a while. But I juice. So I do green juice in the morning, and then I do beet and pineapple juice at night. And I was watching a video of this guy. Now, I feel a lot better as far as bloating and things like that have gone away. I feel much better as far as living. I feel like my intestines are moving and everything is moving. I don't eat much food at all. I stay away from food because it just makes me sluggish and feel like crap. So then I watched this guy who juiced. And so he was doing a Nama 2 juicer and another juicer comparison. But I bought the Nama 2 juicer. He put in sulfur in his drink in the morning, every day, a teaspoon. And right away, I was like, oh my God, I got to try this. Because, you drink pineapple, it takes away inflammation. You take turmeric and pepper, it takes away. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Nothing has ever I've taken calcium, I've taken B12, I've taken everything you could think of that anything anybody has written about. Salt, magnesium, K2 and D3. Anything that anybody has ever done, I have tried. I've even bought the BHP sodium and the BHP phosphate and the BHP magnesium. I've upped my magnesium, I've upped my chromium. I've done everything I could think of and watch on YouTube or any video, TikTok. And this guy, juicing video, MSM, it's sulfur. You put a teaspoon in your juice. Well, I don't, because it tastes disgusting, but I put it in water and hyaluronic acid. So you get this hyaluronic acid, you can put it all over it. It's helped my skin. I mean, it hasn't taken away the skin. I'm not de-aging. I'm going to age no matter what. But I can be a little bit more graceful about it, because this just rocked my world. 10 years of just sucking the life out of me. And I bought the edible kind, because I put every day, twice a day, I put all that hyaluronic acid and lotion and everything. And yeah, I even juice aloe vera to help with elasticity and hydration of my skin. So then I take a teaspoon of that. Well, not a teaspoon, probably about a quarter of a teaspoon a day. Twice a day of that. I'll eat that. And then I have the MSM. That's on Amazon. It's wherever you can get it. Oh my God. That is a life changer. I have a stress fracture of my left foot. It swells up. It used to swell up. And in the rain, I could barely walk. I mean, I could barely hike. I could barely do anything because every day it would just throb, burn, the nerve pain. I have a right hip, a right knee replacement. That friggin' inflammation has set in. And of course, it's a domino effect. And it caused the left hip to sag or the hamstring to atrophy. So then it causes my lower back to bug me. So then I compensate pulling the shoulder forward. So of course I have pain everywhere. Oh my God, I have been taking this for a week and I didn't tell anybody I took it until I knew for sure, because it was like that night I didn't have pain. It subsided. It's not all the way away, but a majority of it is. A majority. Like just sitting here with my foot. It doesn't hurt, but I can tell it's swollen because I walked. Nobody ever fixed the stress fracture. Nobody ever will help me with the stress fracture because I went to two podiatrists. And, they did, laser therapy, and the other guy's just like, this has been too long. And it swells up. I almost have to wear a shoe size bigger than the other shoe. But oh my God, I can't. It's unbelievable. The pain has subsided. Anybody has these problems with menopause, try MSM sulfate on Amazon. Try it. And hyaluronic acid. I don't know what to tell you. Nobody ever told me about this stuff until just the other day when I was juicing. And I watched that video. And I thank God that I watched that because I'll never go. I mean, I take creatine every day. I take fish oil every day. I take aronia. Until they run out. I've taken all these things to help lubricate the joint. Nothing helped. Nothing helped. The ADD in my brain was so bad. I feel having no pain or less pain makes you feel alive. It makes you feel a little bit more vibrant. I take care of my little two grandkids. And now we started walking and we started going outside. I noticed I'm laughing a little bit more. I'm eating a little bit more, where I don't feel like I'm dying. And I told my son the other day, this is no way to live. Like, I can't keep doing this every day. Motrin. Tons of Motrin for over the years. Tons of Motrin. Tons of Aleve. Ultram. Whatever would work. There's people next to me. But I wanted to share this with all those people that have had this joint pain. Even my pinky and my left hand or right hand started bugging me, and now it doesn't bug me anymore. I don't know what it is, what it does. I could look it up. It's chemistry. I could look it up and see what it actually does. But you know what? I really don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit what it's doing. I'm just glad it works. I know I've seen MSM a long time ago, glucosamine and MSM. And I know you could buy it pill form. But that never worked. Glucosamine and MSM never, ever worked for me. It never took away any discomfort, any pain whatsoever. God, I can do squats. I can do, oh my God, it's a recovery time now because now I still have to, build up some of the muscle that has been inflamed for so long, and then you compensate. But God, and it literally brings tears to my eyes, and I'm not even that kind of person. to think that so many people suffer from this pain. My muscles felt like every day, the quads. Now, my upper body never. But my quads felt like I ran miles every day of my life. And I just did yoga or I just did Pilates. I mean, I shouldn't have pain like that every day. And it was I don't know if sulfate gets rid of lactic acid and it eats it up. I don't know. That just came to me. But it works in a way that helps. So, this is just my story with menopause. And I hope you understand it. Because I do have ADD brain that just goes all over the place. But thanks for listening. Have a great day.